So as far as what our daily routine looks like, I don't have a set in stone schedule like at 9 o'clock we do math, at 9:45 we take a break, that type thing. We are pretty flexible and we just roll with it. Usually we get up, around 9 we have breakfast, and ideally by then everybody is dressed with their hair fixed. Sometimes it doesn't happen until after breakfast. And weeks like this week where the weather has just been delicious, I've let the kids play outside a lot longer in the mornings than I normally would. I would usually call them in and have them to get started on school. But the weather has been so beautiful. It's given us a little taste of fall and the fact that summer does not last forever. So I've been letting them play outside and enjoy the really pretty weather. So this is what we're using this year for curriculum. I'm using Christian Light publications for all three of the kids. We have our little kindergarten light units, which are adorable. I love them. I wish I would have known about this whenever I started with Olivia. It would have made things go a lot smoother for us, but they're so cute. They have a workbook and an activity book. And right now, these are the two books that Caitlin is working in first grade. She's working through her Learning to Read. I love them. I love the Learning to Read program. How they teach reading makes so much sense, and it's so much easier to understand. Math, and then this is what Livy is using right now. She has science, math, reading, language arts, and a really cool reader. Like I said, I love Christian Light. I'll put the link to their website in the comments. I love them. They're not very expensive, and because they are small little books, you can work through them, but they are not like Paces. It's small light units, but from what I've heard, the curriculum is much better than like the ACE Paces. Not hating on that. If that's what you like, it's what works for you, roll with it. And then, like I saw earlier, we read the Bible. We read Proverbs every morning. And right now we're working through Hank the Cowdog. We love Hank the Cowdog in our house. And Hank the Cowdog teamed up with the National Ranching Heritage Center to create a curriculum about ranch life, ranching, and all that. And it's just got all kinds of fun, cool stuff. There are worksheets and little puzzles and things like that to do with it, but it's in a box somewhere and I still haven't found it. We're still working on getting settled in, but we've been enjoying it so much. We started it this week, but this is what we're using right now. I know some people have asked what we use, and I will put links to the Christian Light in the comments. So I've been asked, well, do you have to have a schoolroom to homeschool, or do you have a schoolroom? I know a lot of people do, and I love getting ideas for actual schoolrooms and houses with the decorations, and it's just fabulous, and I live vicariously through those, not gonna lie. But for us, we don't have a certain room in the house that is our schoolroom. We tend to do school all over the house. If I'm folding laundry and I have somebody that's working on something, they can sit on the bed. They'll sit on the bed and we'll work through it while I'm doing laundry, or sometimes we'll sit on the porch to read, or we'll sit in the living room. Probably the most used place that we actively do school at is the dining room table, because it's easier to write there. They don't have desks. I'm not saying that we won't ever have a schoolroom. Whenever we get moved and we finish doing the things to our house and we have a place available, I might when the kids are older and a little more self-sufficient. But right now, everything is hands-on, and I'm having to be with them for every single thing that they do. So it isn't very practical for me right this minute to have them in a room with desks away from me. But growing up, we had a room that we kept our school books in, and occasionally I would do school in it. But for the most part, Mom just had us doing school with her wherever she was, whatever she was doing. So that worked well, and it's working well for us now. Now, as far as where I keep our school, we are still in transition, and as you will probably see, we still have a lot of boxes everywhere. And I don't really want to unpack everything because we'll be moving within the next month and a half to our permanent home. So I don't want to unpack everything here and then have to repack everything again. But I will show y'all what we're doing for like school storage and accessibilities right now. So right now our school books are being stored on our coffee bar. Coffee is one of the most necessary things for a homeschool mom to get through her day, so we have all of the essentials close together. Right now we have everybody's stuff. Everybody has their own cubby. These are my teacher books for Olivia. And this is Livy's cubby. She has all of her books here. Benjamin's cubby and Kate's cubby. Further into the school year, Caitlin will have more books, but after she completes the first several learning to read light units, then she starts getting to do language arts. But as each kid finishes a light unit, then we will get their next light unit that they need out of this box. This has the bulk of the stuff that we need for the rest of the year for all that, and just as they finish one, we'll just grab the next one and move on. And that's really about it. I mean, we have like rulers and pencils, and there's a crayon box somewhere, but so far it's very simplified this year, and it's really working well. Everybody knows where their stuff is. It's right here next to the kitchen table, so everything is easy and accessible, and we don't have to go looking for stuff, at least so far. Like I said, we're only about 2 weeks into this, and this is a work in progress. But so far, this is working great. Day to be finished with school around lunch, a little before lunch. Sometimes it doesn't happen, and like I said, this week we've been playing outside a lot more, so that pushes our school schedule back some. It just depends on the day. It depends on what goes on. If we find something really cool outside to look at, then we'll count that as science. If we find a really cool bug, we'll look at it, we'll draw pictures of it. We find a cool plant, same thing. Just trying to help them see and be aware of what's going on around them. But what we've been doing so far is, once everybody's played outside for a little bit, we've had breakfast, then I'll do a subject with a child. This is my first year to have 3 kids in school at once. So I'll do a subject with a child, and once we get done with that, they get to go take a break, and then I'll go wrangle somebody else in to do their first subject. And we'll just work through it that way until everybody gets done with all of their stuff. So far it's working. When they get a little bit older and they're a little more self-sufficient, I'll probably have everybody working on something at the same time. But right now we've got kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. So, like I said, everybody needs me for everything. So we're just trying to break it up. Yes, we know you're first grade. So it's a learning process. We are adapting as we go, but so far it's going great.